Hey Vectorworks class, I am working out a video for you for our logo project, which is our next project in class. So the goal of this project is to practice some 2D drafting skills, basic shape constructions, basic shape manipulations, and we'll do that using a template that I have right here and which I posted on Schoology for you. First we're going to draw the Instagram logo. That's what this video is about. Then we'll draw another abstract logo with 3 parts to it, and then we'll draw this kind of cool circles pattern, overlapping circles thing. So those are our 3 2D drafting projects for today, and let's get started. So step 1 is going to be to open up Vectorworks. Okay. Kill that. Start a new file. Would like a new file. csartstemplate.sta. Great. Fabulous. That's my heart. Okay. So now I'm going to go into design layers. Make sure I'm on the scenery design layer. Then I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. So we want to start with our Instagram logo and zoom in enough that you see the grid, because that means that you're not like super zoomed out on your project, and you're going to have a lot better chance when you're trying to draft if you're already a little closer to the page. If you look up here on this top edge and on the side edge, that gives you a sense of how big a thing we're drawing. So I'm probably going to end up drawing an Instagram logo that's like half a table size, but that's okay. So my first step is going to be to take the rounded rectangle tool. It's right here. It says rounded rectangle tool. If I wanted to pick that up using a keyboard shortcut, I'd say Alt-4. Made a little sound for me. So now I've got my rounded rectangle tool. If you click right here, it's going to give me some tool preferences, right? So one of those is corner diameters. You can give it a specific one, or you can just let it do what it's going to do. And I'm going to start by letting it do what it's going to do and see how I feel about it. So I think that's pretty okay. So now as I'm drawing this rounded rectangle, I don't actually want a rectangle, I actually want a square. And in order to make a square instead of a rectangle, to lock my proportions, I can hit the Shift key. So when I'm holding Shift, as I move my mouse back and forth, I'm only giving myself square options. Okay? So we'll go ahead and lock in right here. Call that my first square. Cool. I love it. So now I want to make the outside of this an outline. There are 2 ways to do it. One, we could just make a super fat pen line, but I want to teach you another tool first. So I want to teach you the offset tool. If you want to click on it right here, I usually don't use its keyboard shortcut. Hold Shift and hit the minus key, and that'll give you the offset tool. If you look up here at the top, it's going to give you a bunch of information about it. You need to give it a distance to offset. We're going to start at, let's say, 4 inches and see what that looks like. So with your rectangle still selected and your offset tool, if you click, it's going to draw another rectangle inside your rectangle that's offset by 4 inches. So it's 4 inches in from the rectangle that you had already. So that's pretty cool. And that's actually very useful, because a lot of the time you'll want to just make a line have a double, and that's how you do that. So for this purpose, right, now we have 2 solid shapes, right? We have the outside one and the inside one. The inside one is on top. I'm going to hit the X key so that I can select these 2 things at the same time, and I won't accidentally draw more rectangles, because there's not any more rectangles in the Instagram logo. So my next deal, right, is going to be to select these 2. That's my next step. So my next step is to select these 2 rectangles. I need to have them both selected. So I select the 2 rectangles. They both turn orange when I let go of my mouse. Now they're both selected, and I'm going to go up here to modify, clip surface, right? It has a very long keyboard shortcut of Control, Shift, Alt, C. I don't use this one a whole lot, but if you wanted to, now you know. The more you know, right? Clip surface. So what that has done is it's cut out the thing on top out of the thing on bottom. So it's cut out the inside rectangle from the outside rectangle. If I pick this up now, I can move it around, right? That's what I've just done. Clip surface cuts out one of the objects. I'm going to delete that inside rectangle because I don't need it anymore, and now I have this outside rectangle, right? When I select this, it should let me turn it solid and change the color to black, and now it's black inside, okay? A weird thing happened because we're on a PC in that these are now individual little chunks of polyline. On a Mac, it would remain one continuous object, and I'm not really sure why. But in this case, it's in some little chunks that you could accidentally move around. Don't do that. Control Z, put that back where it was. Cool. Okay, we're gonna play the same game now with the little circle that's like the lens of the camera in the Instagram deal. So I pick up the circle tool. 6 is the keyboard shortcut, okay? I'm looking for the center, but boy, can I not find it if this is not a solid object. So I'm just going to draw it where I draw it. So I'm going to draw this little circle. I'm going to use the same offset that I just did. So still 4 inches, draw a little circle inside the circle, and then I'm going to do the same process. So I'm going to use the X key to get back my pointer tool, my selection tool. Select both of those things, modify, clip surface, sweet, delete the inside circle. So now this guy, this ring, I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see a little bit better. Change the fill to black. And now only the things inside that ring, which is one. So little circle inside of rounded rectangle, and now there's that little one over in the corner that's like, I don't know what it's supposed to look like. Maybe it's like the flash on this camera or something like that. The viewfinder on this Instagram camera, or like the little lens on your phone. Hard to say. But that's just a little solid circle. So I can pick up my circle tool, which was keyboard shortcut 6. Pick that up again, draw a little circle over here. Where'd it go? Didn't work out. Undo. Oh, no, redo. Control Y. Got my circle. And I guess it snapped back to the center. It's a little bigger than I want. X key. I can drag, zoom in, make it a little smaller. Great. Okay, so there's my circle. Let's make that solid black. Okay, so that is my Instagram logo. I'm gonna group all of this together by selecting everything and then Control G. So now it's grouped together, and if I move it around, it'll all stay together as one piece. So that's logo 1. I'm gonna take a quick break and start a new video for you guys for logo 2.